I don't know what the hell happened. My computer got unplugged somehow. I don't know. I gotta figure out my setup. My bad, y'all. We were almost 10 minutes into episode 9 of season 1, I think. Sorry, not what? Yeah, it was episode 9, right? All right, season 1, episode 9. Let's get this episode rolling back up. We were like 9 minutes and 50 seconds in. I apologize, everyone. I don't know what the hell happened. Disney Plus. Alright, y'all. Let's get this thing rolling. My apologies once again. Let me turn down the music. Let us continue. Let me actually go post this in the Discord. My bad, y'all. Everyone. I gotta put the thumbnail on this one too. Alright, y'all, let's get this thing going. I apologize. Without further ado, let's go. I don't know how to put the timer up either, because we were about 9 minutes and 50 seconds in. So how should we pull this episode up? Again, we were on episode 9, Gathering Forces, about 9 minutes and 52 seconds, 50 seconds. Let me get the exact stop for you. We'll start it at 9 minutes and 30 seconds if that sounds good to you guys. Fresh start. I mean, we could start from the top. That works with me too. I'm sad that it broke. The stream ended. Open in the browser. Where's my chat? There it is. What up, though? I'm good with a fresh start, lol. Alright, we can start it over. 9 minutes 30, fresh start. Ezra cracked just cracked the joke he did. Alright, let's just do a fresh start with episode 9. I apologize, y'all. Let's get it going. Gathering Forces here. Episode 9 of season 1 of Star Wars Rebels. Let's do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do it. Let's go. 200 milligrams of caffeine. Let's go. There you go. That's what I need right now. Good afternoon. Carabast. The beginning here with Chopper and Zeb. I love this animation. Open fire. Do it, Sabine. Let me know in the chat, by the way. Do you guys think Ezra's parents are alive at this point, or do you think they're dead? Because, again, I talked about it in the last stream before it crashed. No, Dark Ezra arc starting here. Yeah, it does kind of slowly build here, doesn't it? He's always had a little bit of that darkness in him, though. Zemo! Back strong, we back. Alright, the thumbnail should be up now too. Yes, the ghost is quite something. Here's that tracker they put on him. Uh-oh. I like that it lands on the ghost, or the phantom. Like, it's kind of a cool little part of the episode. He's what, 14, 15, and I think it's 4+-ish BBY, unless they're in Cassian's prison. I think so. Yeah, no, that's the thing though too. They could be in a lot of the prisons like Cassian's. Yeah, Ezra is about 14-ish here. He's been on his own for since he was 7. So who knows how long his parents have even been in Imperial prison. I do wonder if Bridges were really supposed to be in Andor, or if that was just a rumor. It was probably just a rumor. I think that was just a rumor, actually. Exactly. What up, OG? Good to see you again, my dude. Thank you, Zebo. His parents are done. They're probably... They could be dead, but I think they're alive at this point. I mean, the whole thing with his parents is that Ryder Azadi, the governor of Lothal, or the former governor of Lothal, is in prison with them, and he escapes at some point, I think, during this first season. So... and it was with the help of his parents. So it's possible they're alive at this point, and whenever Ryder Azadi breaks out of prison, that's really when his parents might actually get the... You know what I'm saying? His older bro is very alive. Yep, indeed. I gotta be careful with where I stepped. I honestly think I barely stepped on my cord, like my power cord for my PC, and it might have unplugged, and that's what happened to the stream. And I was very, very sad about it. But you tell me, Ezra. No story need. Be honest with yourself. Need surge protector, whatever? Yeah, I gotta find a better place for the PC, but this is like the best place for it right now. It doesn't really fit on my desk without taking up the whole desk. I just gotta figure out. I also got like pretty wild ADD and probably ADHD. So like I fidget with a lot of stuff and kick on accident. It's just not a good place for it. But can't they? XX23S thread tracker. Those things are wild. It's possible. When you're moving, bro, you need a dedicated office room. I know I do. Not soon enough. There's hopefully soon, but we'll see. I do. I don't have enough space right now. Yeah, I am big and lanky. Let's go. Chopper, always complaining. Yup. You tell him, Sabine. What am I doing on Mother's Day? Good question, my MYKKI. I might be... I'm probably streaming in the morning. I might be seeing Guardians with my mom. I honestly don't know. We used to see all the Marvel movies on Mother's Day with my mom because they used to come out right around then on May. I don't know. Might do something. Depends on what my mom wants to do. As a favor to Zebo. Yeah, it should be. It should be nice. Vader's Lamb Man Cave. Yes, good. Unlimited power. Yeah, no. Unlimited barely stepping on the cord. You may never see Zebo again. That's the thing about Ezra. It's like he's truly a kid that just learned how to live on his own at 7. That's not a thing that most people have to do. You know, so like any kind of character development or things that are different than maybe your average typical teenager at that age, it's like he has a very different perspective than most of us. He didn't get to have his parents raise him because they fought up against the Empire. Is this your first time watching the show, or are you doing a rewatch? It's a rewatch. THG Wicked 50 count? Yo, that's a cool name. THG, yeah, this is not my first time. This is probably my 7th time watching Rebels. But I'm doing a rewatch here of the entire show before Ahsoka. So it's we're going to be doing like 3 episodes every Saturday and Sunday leading into Ahsoka pretty much. He's young and we know he grows. Indeed he does. Andy Gutierrez, simple alert! Yes, we do live and breathe Rebels here. It is my favorite Star Wars show. Let's go! I love Ezra's animated face there. He's like... I'm actually doing something similar. In my opinion, this show is super underrated. Not as good as Clone Wars, but it's pretty close. To me, it's just above Clone Wars. Just above. But don't get me wrong, though. The ending of Clone Wars and certain moments, they are some of the most elite moments in all of Star Wars. In fact, I think the highest rated episodes in all of Star Wars, or the highest rated anything, I think, is the Siege of Mandalore, which is like the ending of the Clone Wars, of course. So... Rebels is one of the highest rated shows, though, in general. As a whole, I think Rebels is just above Clone Wars. There's certain moments of Clone Wars that are just above Rebels, though. I love Rebels so much, though. Countdown for the Ahsoka show. Let's go. It's going to be awesome. Makes you braver than most. And that's a step forward. Uh-oh. The Ahsoka Maul duel in Season 7, in my opinion, is a top 5 lightsaber duel. You're probably not wrong, man. It's an awesome fight. Any early predictions on what happened to Ezra? Ooh, that's a good one. I think him and Thrawn went to... I love the Thrawn novels, the canon ones. I haven't read through all of the Heir to the Empire novels yet. But all the canon Thrawn novels are awesome, in my opinion. And... I honestly think the most likely thing that happened is that Thrawn and Ezra were blasted off in hyperspace to what's known as Chiss space, or the chaos. I think that's where they headed. I don't know exactly what Ezra's been up to since he, disappeared, but I think that's where the two of them were, went in hyperspace travel, is probably towards the chaos of past the outer rim. It's an area of space that's kind of uncharted to us in the live action and animated space. One with the Force. I think this episode came out before Rogue One too, so it's cool that Rogue One could have even potentially taken that from Rebels. I don't know. I love this scene. Afraid of knowing. The way they shot that, or made that scene, it's very impactful for everything. And then we get to see Ezra's true beast control power. Wow. That's so cool. I love how they start that at the beginning of last episode. He can't even control a Lothcat, and now he's controlling all of these Gundarks or whatever. It's so dope. After letting go of that fear that he had. That's the thing, a lot of times in real life too, and one of the cool lessons of Star Wars is fear can hold us back. It is a path to the dark side. You need to do 30 straight days of content leading up to the Ahsoka show would be a task, but could bang it out in advance. Then just schedule them all, like 30 storylines people should know. I love that idea. I think there's definitely some content to be made before Ahsoka, and I want to do some stuff like that for sure. So thanks for the idea, Steve. I think I should do something like that. That's a good idea. Hell yeah, it will be. Even if they're short, like 3 to 5 minute vids. Yeah. Yeah, I want to do Thrawn files, everything you should need to know about Ahsoka. That might be like 30 minutes, the Ahsoka thing. The Thrawn files might be, 5-10 minute clips of different Thrawn storylines you should know. I do have some scripts in the work, though. I should probably work on that today and a little bit throughout the week. Ahsoka's going to come up before we even realize it, man. It's going to be around the corner. They're here, all right. Let's go. This is crazy. I love this, though. Ezra's Beast Control here. Just 9 episodes in. I feel like episode 9 and 10 are really huge turning points here with Ezra and Kanan and kind of the force abilities between them and what they're doing in this show. This whole string of episodes 7 to 10, you get the introduction of kind of a tease of Ahsoka, Ezra and Kanan really working together to grow Ezra's force abilities and him growing from the loss of his parents. So, Indeed. It's going pretty well. Yo, dude. This is a cool fight, too. It really sets the tone for the show, too. You're like, dang, 9 episodes in and we're getting stuff like this. Like, that's awesome. Shows you how cool Star Wars Rebels is. Yo. Oh. Yo, blaster stance. I know that. Oh. Damn. Kanan's getting worked. True. Oh, Ezra grabbed his saber. Yo. Snatched. Do you think Kanan appears in any way in the Ahsoka show? Probably not. Maybe as like a Lothwolf kind of thing, but probably not. Maybe a flashback or a hologram, but I doubt it. No, Ezra. Yes, the dark side arc begins. Use your anger. Orphan. I like that they have the blue and the red on the Inquisitor there too. Kind of showing the fight between Ezra right now, the dark and the light. No, and the light's way stronger than the dark. Joe, look at his abilities though. Using that anger. Using that rage to focus. Let's go. This is such a hard scene. Ezra. Woohoo! Yup. Tapped into the dark side, baby. Let's go. Y'all better run now. Grand Inquisitor don't look so confident in himself. Yo. That scene is hard as hell. Yo, he's got his hands busy now. Grab your lightsaber, Kanan. Come on. Not gonna lie, my big Star Wars hot take was that Bad Batch Season 2 would elevate the show to Clone Wars status. Well, I maybe was season off. I think it's getting there, though. You know what I mean? I know the third season is going to be the final season. To me, Bad Batch through those first two seasons is just on par with early seasons of Rebels and Clone Wars. You know what I mean? Clone Wars didn't start off right away as this hit show that was the greatest thing ever. You know what I mean? Rebels really strong start, I think. Especially, we're only on episode 9 here, and I'm having a freaking blast with it. Boom. Can't hit me, son. But, dude, totally hear what you're saying. I think Bad Batch is definitely getting to that elevated status. To me, I think the story it's telling, the long form of these 3 seasons are going to be so epic in its entirety at the end of the show. You know what I mean? By the time we get to the finale of season 3, it's going to feel like one of the best Star Warses that ever Star Wars. Just like all the other animated shows do for the most part. He pulled a Grogu. He did, Don. I was just thinking that, how Ezra used the Force to beast control, and then he kind of passed out. I still don't understand why season 1 gets dissed. Me neither. I think season 1 is excellent, Don. I think even the rating on Rotten Tomatoes is like 90%. It might be the lowest rated season, but that's still one of the highest rated Star Wars. It's so good. I love season 1. I love the building that this does in season 1, because there's so much building in season 1 that kind of leads us throughout the entire story of season 2, 3, and 4 in Rebels. It's amazing. I'm sorry. I love this. The next episode's going to be a huge episode for Ezra and Kanan, and Ezra's growth as a Jedi too. So make sure to stay tuned tomorrow when we continue our rewatch. Rookies was a great early season episode of the Clone Wars. What was your favorite early Rebels episode? Early Rebels episode, tomorrow's going to be one of them. Episode 10 and episode 13 of Rebels, my absolute favorite episodes of season 1. Episode 13 in particular has a scene in season 1 of Rebels that literally sets up the ending of Rebels. And it just, every time I watch it, my mind is absolutely blown. It's blown. I love this show, man. I love the foreshadowing here in season 1 that sets up the story of what Kanan and Ezra will do in the name of the rebellion and to protect those that they love. And Rookies was an awesome episode. I love that episode. Oh, that's cute. I love the dynamic between the two of them. Ezra and Sabine. There, Ezra gets a picture of his parents. That's awesome. Freaking epic episode, as always. I love these first 9 episodes of Rebels. I love this whole first season and the entire show itself. It's truly some of the best Star Wars that Star Wars has to offer. Let me know what you guys thought of these 3 episodes today. Sorry for the scream crashing a little bit earlier. I appreciate every single one of you guys, though, for hanging out with us. Let's hang out in the chat a little bit before we get on out of here. What is we thinking? How is we feeling? THG, good to have you in the chat, by the way. Thanks for hanging out with us. More episodes, please. We're definitely going to be doing more tomorrow. I know part of me just wants to binge watch the whole thing with you guys because I really do love Rebels that much. I am trying to kind of spread it out, though, so that we finish by the time we get to Ahsoka. We can really give each episode the time that it deserves, in my opinion. And maybe we should even spend more time on these episodes talking about them afterwards, because they are really, really great. I felt like the 3 episodes that we watched today, the first was so integral to the characters of Sabine and of course Hera as well, and the dynamic between the two of them I think we're going to get more of in Ahsoka, as they're probably closer than ever after what happened with Kanan and Ezra at the end of Rebels. Not to mention we did get that first kind of Fulcrum mention, and the Ahsoka little signal there kind of teasing out that Fulcrum is going to be coming by the end of this season most likely, so stay tuned for that. But there is a lot of cool stuff in that first episode that we watched here in episode 7, and then episode 8 and 9 feeling like a little 2-part arc, similar to what we got in the Clone Wars a lot of times with those 3 episode storylines and everything. But I love it, the whole Gundar thing, how that kind of started here in episode 7 and ended here in episode 9. It was the perfect kind of 3 episodes to watch together today. And I think it kind of even continues with next episode, how Kanan felt like he didn't teach Ezra everything he needed to know before, you know, that little dark side scene with him connecting to the dark side of the Force to use it to call that Gundark out, to, you know, to take down the Grand Inquisitor. Like, that was such an epic scene. But it kind of teases out that Ezra still has a lot more to learn from the Force and to kind of control that dark side or the darkness within him, you know what I mean? And that'll continue to be the storyline throughout the entire show really, until like season 3, I think. I feel like that's really when Ezra kind of continues to grow past that and becomes a full-fledged Jedi of his own, you know what I mean? So cool, like really cool to see that kind of stuff be kind of sprinkled in here in the very early episodes with 7, 8, and 9. And again, I feel like that last little part there in episode 9 with Kanan telling Ezra, you know, I'm sorry I didn't teach you everything you needed to know. That's going to be hugely important to next episode and going on with the rest of the season and even in season 2. So I'm excited to watch all these with you, man. Like, it's so fun to watch Star Wars Rebels, and especially leading into Ahsoka. It's going to be so cool to get Ahsoka, man. Getting these characters in live action is going to be mind-blowing. Hey, no worries, THG. Thanks for joining. No worries for being late. He has his mother's eyes, so maybe half-brother theory makes sense. Dad survived the attack on Aquatina, Mom didn't. Definitely is possible, Don. I'm saying Ezra and Din's dad looks too damn close. They look almost identical. Maybe it's a coincidence, but the Force works in mysterious ways. I don't think there's accidents with the Force. There are no accidents. And this is the way. 9:45 Sunday. Probably between 9 and 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I was really tired this morning, so I pushed it back like 15 minutes to 9:45 today. We'll probably do it 9:30, 9:45, 10 at the latest tomorrow, which is about 12:30 to 1 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. Adjust accordingly. This is the May. Happy Revenge of the 6th to all you guys out there, by the way, or Revenge of the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I feel like Revenge of the Sith is such a good movie, it deserves 2 days. So Revenge of the 5th and the 6th, and happy Revenge of the 6th to all you guys. Non-Rebels question: what are your thoughts on the sequels? I don't know. You know, I'm a prequels fan. I grew up with the prequels era and everything with that. I don't hate the sequels by any means. I don't necessarily dislike them either. They're not my favorite. They're not my favorite Star Wars. There's moments in them that I think are really great. I actually really like Episode 7. I think Force Awakens is a great movie. Episode 8 definitely has some moments. There's some cool things I connect with in 8. Some cool storylines and even lessons, I think, in 8 that are just important to life and really cool. 9 was definitely felt discongruent from the other 2 in a way, or like it was trying to make up for the differences between 7 and 8. And I don't hate any of these movies by any means. I don't even dislike them. It just, I haven't really revisited them too much. I like that Palpatine actually came back, and I think that it's cool that they're kind of trying to fill in the gap of that storyline of how he did come back, somehow Palpatine returned. I think it's cool they're trying to fill that out in the Mandoverse and kind of do the same thing with Clone Wars, like how Clone Wars kind of added more context to the prequels. I feel like they're doing that similar kind of thing with the Mandoverse, adding more context to the sequels. And I really like that. I think that's cool. So I'm not the biggest fan of the sequels. I like 7 the most. 8 and 9, take it or leave it. I probably should watch them again, you know what I mean, because it's been a long time since I have watched all 3 of them. Overall though, they're alright. I like 7. I like Rey as a character overall. I liked Kylo. Certain things probably could have been done better, but I'm excited to see how they kind of fill in the gaps with that story and where they go with it in the future with the next Rey movie. Overall, though, you know what I mean? It's cool to have more Star Wars, and that's really how I feel is, you know, the more Star Wars, the better. It's cool for the fans that are huge sequel fans and that grew up with the sequel era, just like I grew up with the prequels, or some people grew up with the original trilogy. Like, to me, that's really cool too. And I know there are some really big sequel fans out there. And that's the other thing is, like, again, I don't hate or dislike those movies, but I'm not gonna, you know, go out of my way to crap on them when other people love them. You know what I mean? There's no reason to hate on them. There's really no reason to hate on them. You don't like them? That's okay. That's okay. Non-Rebels question. What are your... Oh, I read that one. I'm going to the baseball game tonight. MYKK, which game? No, the dad actor was very clear that it was selected for resembling a pre-existing character. Ask Meg. Yes, that is true. The actor of Din Djarin said... Or the actor of Din Djarin's father said that he was... taken from an existing character, or that his look was taken. Not a huge fan of the sequels, but Rey isn't why I don't like the sequels. To me, it just disconnected. Too many things drop as plot tools or not picked up in each of the movies. I agree. There's things that I wish they had done. I like the Finn character. I thought it was cool to see a character that was a stormtrooper, and I felt like he was underutilized. And I hope that they change that. I hope with whatever Rey movie comes out in the future, they give Finn more of a predominant role and more of a character story arc. You know what I mean? It didn't really feel like Finn went on too much of a story arc. Granted, I do think they set up some cool stuff in 9, but you don't set up stuff for the conclusion. You set up stuff to have it conclude in the conclusion. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like they did that with Finn. I feel like they set up his story to continue later on. So I hope they do. THG says, I also think episode 7 is the best of the 3. I really liked it, man. I remember I saw Force Awakens a couple times in theaters. Same with, I think I saw all of them at least a couple times in theaters. I don't know about Rise. Maybe twice. But yeah, dude, I remember seeing Force Awakens and just getting so hyped. It was cool to see the excitement in the fandom at the time, and just going into episode 8, how excited I was. It just, the sequels really did some fun things for the fandom at that time. And of course they did divide the fandom too, but yeah, I don't got no hate for them though, man. I'm excited to see where the story of those go in the future and how the stories connect to it. I think it's all cool, man. I'm here for the Star Wars love, and I'm here for the future of Star Wars and whatever that leads to us. So my 10-year-old daughter likes them. That's awesome, OG. I'm glad that your daughter likes them, even if you don't. Or even if you don't care for them. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool that she can have that enjoyment. Even if you don't enjoy it too. Like, it still connects you guys to an enjoyment and love for Star Wars, OG. And that's cool to me. And I still, again, even if you don't like them, I feel like there's stuff that you can appreciate in them. Or, you know, scenes that are good. There's still good stuff. And the visuals, that's the thing about the sequels too. I think they're beautifully made. They are beautifully made, regardless of how you feel about the story. They're gorgeous. Episode 8 is one of the most beautiful movies. It really is. Like, the visuals and everything, it's awesome. It's stunning. They are beautifully made. I also like Finn. Just wish that they didn't set him up for Force sensitive and then drop that and make him become more of a side character. They still did though too. They totally set him up as a Force sensitive, and even in the last movie they're like, yo, he's Force sensitive, but then they're like, we're not even gonna give you any of it. It's like, bro, we all want to see it. Put it in the movie. Well, he couldn't have been training with Rey in the year between 8 and 9. You know, come on. But yeah, I there is gonna be a Rey movie coming in the future. I don't know when exactly, what year it's supposed to come out, but I'm excited for that, and I think that they can do Finn justice. I would love to see John Boyega come back as the character. I'm excited to see Daisy Ridley come back as Rey, and a story that's supposed to apparently have her struggling to rebuild the Jedi Order. I think that could be really cool. Alright, y'all. We are going to continue tomorrow with our Rebels rewatch. Thank you to the 5 of you in the chat that came to this, and I apologize again for the stream crashing earlier. It sucks when that happens. But I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Appreciate everybody here at the lair. I hope you guys have a fantastic Saturday. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I appreciate that. I got it, every single one of you guys. Smash that like button. I'll see you soon. Maybe we'll play some Jedi Survivor today. Not sure. Check out our Discord, though. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on Twitter at Vader Slayer, our Instagram at Sheiv the Wise, right there below us. I'll see you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you. And have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you tomorrow, or maybe later today. And peace. Peace. I love Star Wars Rebels!